Peace and love, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back to read and learn with Tia Marie. You know that's me. And I am back with another reading of the Holy Bible. And we're starting a whole new section here. We're on the third book of Moses called Leviticus. Okay. So I'm excited about starting that new project here. So I finished off Exodus last video, and it was beautiful. They gave us the conclusion of how they built the tabernacle, and the outfits for Aaron and his sons, and just laying down the rules of the Sabbath, just the laws and regulations of the Lord. And yeah, they made it happen. So that was the conclusion of Exodus. And they added some extra shoulder pads to the platform. They didn't have no shoulder pads before, but they got shoulder pads now. I know it's not really shoulder pads, it's some shoulder pieces or something like that that they added in there. I thought that was cute. When I was little, I used to hate shoulder pads. I thought shoulder pads were like only for football players and stuff like that. So I guess I'm gonna say, in my mind, those two guys were the first makers of shoulder pads. Okay. All right, and I hope everybody's doing really good today, staying blessed, centered. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed and you're getting ready to get some good breakfast or lunch or dinner, whatever time frame that you're watching this video at. And just thanking God for another day of breath on this earth. And yes, I'm very grateful. I figured I'd give my words from God before I start my day and take my walk. I'm early enough, so hopefully I get to see the sunrise. That's like my favorite thing to do. That's what I enjoy doing on my days off. I'm simple. Seeing a sunrise just brightens my little day. Okay. So let's get started here before I miss it, and which I think I actually might miss it, but you know what? It's okay. I still see it in my mind. All right. All right. So let's get started with the third book of Moses called Leviticus. Okay. I'm just going to read. Let's see. Chapter 1. And the Lord called unto Moses and spake unto him out of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, If any man of you bring an offering unto the Lord, ye shall bring your offering of the cattle, even of the herd and of the flock. And his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd. Let him offer a male without blemish. He shall offer it with his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord. And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it shall be accepted for him to make atonement for him. And he shall kill the bullock before the Lord, and the priests, Aaron's sons, shall bring the blood and sprinkle the blood round about upon that altar that is by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. I really want to know why. I mean, like I said, I shouldn't question God, but I will always wonder why they chose to do that. That was just so wild to me. Very extreme and just very extreme. My my goodness. And he shall flay the burnt offering and cut it into his pieces. And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall put fire upon the altar and lay the wood in order upon the fire. And the priest Aaron's sons shall lay the parts, the head and the fat in order upon the wood that is on the fire which is upon the altar. But his inwards and his legs shall be washed in water, and the priest shall burn all on the altar to be a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. And if his offering be of the flocks, namely of the sheep, excuse me, or of the goats for a burnt sacrifice, he shall bring it bring it a male without blemish. And he shall kill it on the side of the altar northward before the Lord. And the priest, Aaron's son, shall sprinkle his blood round about upon the altar. And he shall cut it into his pieces with his head and his fat, and the priest shall lay them in order on the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. But he shall wash the inwards and the legs with water, and the priest shall bring it all and burn it upon the altar. It is burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. And if the burnt sacrifice for his offering to the Lord be of fowls, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves and of young pigeons. Oh, so so they're just slaying all the little animals, huh? Hmm. Remember in my first video, like my very first video of Genesis, I was like, oh, yeah, God made all these things. So when we see little bugs and stuff like that, we should let them be because they're God's creation and we should let them live. But as I'm reading like more and more, and they do not care about these little poor animals. That kind of hurts my heart a little bit. But continuing on, and the priest shall bring it unto the altar, and wring off his head, and burn it on the altar, and the blood thereof shall be wrung out at the side of the altar. Hmm. And he shall pluck away his crop with his feathers, and cast it beside the altar on the east part, by the place of the ashes. And he shall cleave it with the wings thereof, but shall not divide it asunder. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar, upon the wood that is upon the fire. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. Wow, all right, that's chapter 1. Poor babies. Those poor little fowls and bullocks and rams. They're just minding their own little business. And here we come trying to slay them. I mean, I get it. We do that today too when people eat chicken and burgers and all that stuff. How do you think that got into your mouth? You know, to to kill the poor babies first. Oh, okay. That was kind of a depressing little chapter there for me. I ain't even gonna lie. Chapter 2. And when any will offer a meat offering unto the Lord, his offering shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil upon it and put frankincense thereon. And he shall bring it to Aaron's sons, the priests, and he shall take thereout his handful of the flour thereof, and the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof, and the priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar, to be an offering made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. And the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire. And if thou bring an oblation of a meat offering, baken in the oven, it shall be unleavened cakes of fine flour, mingled with oil, or unleavened wafers anointed with oil. And if thy oblation be a meat offering, baken in a pan, it shall be a fine flour, unleavened, mingled with oil. Well, they eat good, huh? Thou shalt part it in pieces and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. And if thy is it oblation or obviation? Oblation, okay. Oblation. If ooh, and if thy oblation be a meat offering, bacon in the frying pan, oh, they frying it, huh? It shall be made of fine flour with oil, and thou shalt bring the meat offering that is made of these things unto the Lord, and when it is presented unto the priest, he shall bring it unto the altar. Mm. And the priest shall take from the meat offering a memorial thereof, and shall burn it upon the altar. It is a meat offering made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. And that which is left of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire. No meat offering which ye shall bring unto the Lord shall be made with leaven, for ye shall burn no leaven, nor any honey in any offerings of the Lord made by fire. As for the oblation of the first fruits, ye shall offer them unto the Lord, but they shall not be burnt on the altar for a sweet savor. In every oblation of thy meat offering shall thou season with salt, neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of thy God to be lacking from thy meat offering. With all thine offerings thou shalt offer salt. And if thou offer a meat offering of thy first fruits unto the Lord, thou shalt offer for the meat offering of thy first fruits green ears of corn. Green ears of corn dried by the fire, even corn beaten out of full ears. And thou shalt put oil upon it and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it, part of the beaten corn thereof, and part of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. All right, that's chapter 2. So pretty much the Bible was the first recipe book, right? They teach us how to cook in this chapter here. All right, these are some pretty short little chapters. All right, let's keep going. Chapter 3. Chapter 3. And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it, I'm sorry, let me start over. And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering and kill it at the door of the tabernacle. Kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons, the priest, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of a peace offering, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. The fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall be taken away. And Aaron's son shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. And if his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord be of the flock, male or female, he shall offer it without blemish. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then shall he offer it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's son shall sprinkle the blood thereof round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat thereof and the whole rump. It shall he take off hard by the backbone. I'm sorry, let me repeat that. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat thereof and the whole rump. It shall he take off hand hard by the backbone, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inward. Man, they said the whole rump. They said they want all the rump. Sorry, guys, sorry. And the two kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire unto the Lord. And if his offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of it and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle the blood thereof upon the altar round about. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet Savior. All the fat is the Lord's. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood. That fat be good though, don't it? Like when you eat like a steak. Like I don't really eat like steak like that or stuff like that, but and I just know that then that fat be all looking juicy and tender and it adds flavor, right? But God said, no, don't eat the fat nor the blood. Just eat the rump. That was chapter 3. That was chapter 3. Let's see. All right, chapter 4. It seems like that's the longest chapter so far. I'm gonna read one more chapter here. All right. This one's a long one. Chapter 4. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If the soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things, which are not to be done, and shall do against any of them, if the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, then let them bring for his sin, which he hath sinned, a young bullock without blemish unto the Lord for a sin offering. And he shall bring the bullock unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, and shall lay his hand upon the bullock's head, and kill the bullock before the Lord. And the priest that is anointed shall take of the bullock's blood, and bring it to the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall dip his finger in the blood, and sprinkle of the blood 7 times before the Lord, before the veil of the sanctuary. And the priest shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar of sweet incense before the Lord, which is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour all the blood of the bullock at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of their congregation. And he shall take off from it all the fat of the bullock from the sin offering, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks and the caul above the liver. With the kidneys it shall he take away, as it was taken off from the bullock of the sacrifice of peace offerings, and the priest shall burn them upon the altar of the burnt offering, and the skin of the bullock, and all the flesh with his head, and with his legs, and his inwards, and his dung. Even the whole bullock shall he carry forth without the camp unto a clean place, where the ashes are poured out, and burn him on the wood with fire. Where the ashes are poured out shall he be burnt. And if the whole congregation of Israel sin through ignorance, in the thing he hid from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which should not be done, and are guilty. When the sin which they have sinned against it is known, then the congregation shall offer a young bullock for the sin, and bring him before the tabernacle of the congregation. So, um, pause. I'm like wondering something. So they only have to kind of do these things with these bullocks and these animals when they sin. Am I reading that right? So if you don't sin, then you don't have to kill a bullock, right? All right, continuing on. And the elders of the congregation shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock before the Lord, and the bullock shall be killed before the Lord. And the priest that is anointed shall bring the bullock's blood to the tabernacle of the congregation, and the priest shall dip his finger in some of the blood, and sprinkle it 7 times before the Lord, even before the veil. And he shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar, which is before the Lord, that is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour out all the blood at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall take all his fat from him and burn it upon the altar. And he shall do with the bullocks as he did with the bullock for a sin offering. So shall he do with this. And the priest shall make an atonement for them, and it shall be forgiven them. Interesting. And he shall carry forth the bullock without the camp and burn him as he burned the first bullock. It is a sin offering for the congregation. When a ruler hath sinned and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord, his offering concerning things which should not be done, and is guilty. Or if his sin wherein he hath sinned come to his knowledge, he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a male without blemish. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the goat and kill it in the place where they kill the burnt offering before the Lord. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering. And he shall pour out his blood at the bottom of the altar of burnt offering. And he shall burn all his fat upon the altar, and the fat of the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as concerning his sin, and it shall be forgiven him. And if any of the common people sin through ignorance, while he doeth somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done, and be guilty. Hmm. Or if his sin which he hath sinned come to his knowledge, then he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a female without blemish, for his sin which he hath sinned. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering. And the priest shall take of the blood thereof with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offerings, and shall pour all of the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat is taken away from the sacrifice of peace offerings, and the priest shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet Savior unto the Lord. And the priest shall make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. And if he bring a lamb for a sin offering, he shall bring it a female without blemish. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay it for a sin offering in the place where they kill the burnt offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, and as the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto the Lord. And the priest shall make the atonement for his sin that he hath committed, and it shall be forgiven him. Um, okay, that's the end of chapter 4. Just poor animals. Poor animals. Oh, that's all I got from all of those chapters is poor animals. So I think I'm understanding this right. If you sin, you have to bring these animals, you have to sacrifice for a peace offering, and minus the fat and the blood, you just have to sacrifice, make a peace offering by killing animals. Mm-mm-mm. So don't sin. You're not supposed to sin. If you don't sin, you don't have to do that. I need to study more on those because I might be wrong. I might be reading this wrong, but I don't think that I am. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. This very kind of traumatizing little chapters there, if you ask me. But that's the end of the Holy Bible. That's the end of those chapters. We'll continue on with the next videos for chapter 5. And I hope that you guys enjoyed those readings. If you do, please like, share, subscribe, share with a friend or a family member. And yeah, just let me know what your insights are on that. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace and love. Have a blessed day. Thank you.